Ask him to change magenta to reply. Hello. Hello. No, no. Ratna icharu. The Rudrak change cheyమని చెప్పండి. అడిగించు. Right. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
And are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Fine. Okay. Now, see, this is the flow. Write a Java program and compile it, and it will convert into bytecodes. That is nothing but dot class files. Okay. So that dot class files your JVM will interpret, and your JVM will convert into executable codes, and it will run the program. Okay. Now, what is Java class? So just now I have written class, right? Public class, main class. So what is Java class? So if you want to write any program, what I said, it should be in objects, right? Object oriented. So if you want to define any object, you should write a class. So classes are the fundamental building blocks of a Java program. Okay, clear? So in real time, so everything is object oriented. Like see, one person, say for example, uh, take any person, like that person will have his own features, something his own characteristics. Okay, so he's an object now. So if that person is having some different characteristics compared to some other persons, okay, like that. So in world, okay, everything is an object. Everything is an object. Okay, so in Java terminology, what we call it as class. Okay, so for each class, it has its own characteristics. So whatever the class you are defining, or already existing classes will have some own characteristics. Okay, in programming terminology, has some different properties and operations. Okay, so we use classes for specific purpose. Specific purpose means, say for example, I'm writing one main class, so for printing just Java, right? Okay, so that is the purpose of I'm creating that class. Similarly, there are some Java class libraries we have, so they written the code, okay, and for printing that console output or something, like we are using system.out.println. So that system.out.println is syntax, so they defined already in some classes. That is nothing but, so system class is there, so system class has these operations. Okay, so for each and every purpose there is a class in Java. Fine. So what we have to do is we have to use those classes for doing some operations or some business logic, whatever. So based on that only we develop Java based applications. Okay. So here Java class is fundamental building block of a Java program. So how to, what is the syntax for that is use class. This is a keyword. Okay, class is a keyword, and use this class keyword to create your class. Syntax is class name. So you can give any name. Okay, and inside the class you can declare anything. Like see here I declare two data types. One is age and one is double. One salary. Okay, so age is nothing but integer. Int is integer, so that we will discuss in data types. Okay, for time being just assume that it has some information like age and salary information. Okay, so this employee class gives information about age and salary. Okay, so we can also declare some operations using methods. Okay, so what method it does is it will do some operation. Okay, okay, so let us dig into step by step. Fine. So now just assume that, so how to declare a class. Okay, understand that how to declare a class. Now by using JDK utilities, how to do, like how to compile, how to run this Java program and everything, we will start now. So for that what we require, so any Java program, to run any Java program you require Java runtime environment. So in Java runtime environment, JVM will be there. Okay, so JVM will take care of that interpretation and converting executable code. Okay, now first starting step is you have to write one Java program. Just open any notepad. What is the syntax for declaring class? Class first. Okay, now so the class name is first I have given. Now let me write one method, public static void main. Okay, see here I just written one sample program. Class first, I define class first, like to print first Java on console. Okay, this is public static void main method. This is a starting point of execution of any class, standalone classes. Okay, so later in after discussing all the things, then you will come to know so what exactly this method and all. Okay, so now for time being just understand, if you want to run any standalone program, you need to define public static void main. Okay, so inside that you can put one statement like system.out.println first Java. What it does is it will print the values on console. So print values on console. Okay, this is the purpose of this statement. Fine. Now what I said, any program, Java program, we need to save it as save it as .java program. See, I have Java folder here in our teaching. I have Java folder Java. What is the extension I have to give? dot Java, right? So I'm giving Java as extension. See, in Java folder, I'm saving that .java file. Okay, now it is saved. See, I'm not using directly now some Eclipse or something. Okay, so those are all IDE tools. Okay, first start with command line, then uh, feature we will use IDE tool, Eclipse tool. Okay, first you start with command prompt. This is very important actually. So without tools, how to run your Java programs. Okay, so if you go to Linux operating system or Linux, there you need to compile by using commands only. Okay, there you won't get any IDE tools or something. So there are flavors are there, Linux flavors are Ubuntu, something like that. So there you can run your Java programs by installing Eclipse and all. But just better start with command prompt. So how to execute your Java programs through command line. So go to command prompt, fine. This is a command prompt, and where you store this program? Java teaching Java. Okay, so go to that location. Okay, so now we are in that folder. Okay, just see whether that program is there or not. So first.java is there, fine. Now before that, so as I said, before that what you have to do is, after putting your JDK in your folder, okay, what you have to do, you have to create two environment variables. One is class path and path, right? So just check that whether it is there or not. Environment variables, path is there, class path is there, and before that Java home also we need to define. This Java home tells where exactly Java is installed. Okay, this path tells which tool I need to use for what purpose, something. So this will take program files Java JDK 1.6.0 bin. Class path is for libraries, whatever the libraries you are using, class Java class libraries, it will refer that path. Okay, class path, Java home and path, these three variables are required. Okay, after setting these variables, what we have to do, we have to check whether it is properly configured or not. Like, just to give the command java c. See here, it is providing some options here. That means that it is working fine. Okay, clear? Now, so coming to our topic, we have written the code. Now next step is we need to compile the code. Okay, so how to compile the code means, this is the syntax java c. We have to use the tool called java c compiler, that is java c, and name of your program first.java, name of your program. This is the syntax for compiling your Java programs. Okay, clear? So now press enter. Fine, now your program is compiled. Now just go there and check it. See what is there in that folder now? First.class. Okay, it is created first.class file, Java bytecodes. What .class file contains? Bytecodes. Okay, if you want to see, you can see like this. See here how it is there, bytecodes. Okay, this will be like this. Your Java program converted into bytecodes in this format. You can't understand that. Fine. Only your Java interpreter will understand these things and will do the execution. Okay. Any doubts? Now, fine. So now it is compiled into .class file. The next step is JVM part. JVM, what it has to do? It has to interpret with bytecodes and it should run into your operating system. So now for that we have tool called Java. What it does is it is a Java interpreter, so executes Java application bytecodes directly from class files. This is nothing but Java tool. Okay, your Java tool, what it will do is it will interpret with your bytecodes and executes your Java programs. Now you have written a Java program, you compiled it. Now you need to interpret with your bytecodes and execute that bytecodes. So what is the command I need to use? Java. The syntax is Java first. So use Java tool, Java space, and give your name of your program. Now in the second time you no need to mention .java file. Okay, once it is compiled it will convert into .class file, right? So for .class files you no need to mention .class. By default your Java interpreter will take from class file only. Excuse me. Okay, so now Java first. Just see what it is saying. No class definition found error. Why? Sorry. Why it is showing no class definition found error? Because see, after compiling your program, it is converted into .class file. Okay, as I said, your Java interpreter will refer that class file. If suppose if the class file is not in the class path, okay, if it is not in the class path, it will throw this class no class definition found error. Remember this exception. In future we have to discuss this one in further sessions. Okay, no class definition found error. If the class file is not found, then it will throw this exception. Clear? Now go to your computer and see advanced environment variables. Go to class path, edit. Now you have to tell, so there are my own libraries are there. My own library I have kept in this folder. Just refer that one also. Just copy paste your folder, because this class path will load the classes, right? So it is referring the class libraries. So you have given only for library but not given for your own .class files. So just give that path here and just click OK and come out of this. Now you check. So I'm just going to open one more command prompt to reflect that. Okay. Now use the command first. Now you see. Got the result? First Java. What we written here? First Java. Clear? Any doubts? How to print your contents on console? Use system.out.println and define your class and just run the code. Before that, what you have to do? Save it as in .java file format and compile the code and execute the code. Okay, 3 steps. Fine. Any doubts? No doubts? Hello?
No.
It's clear. Okay, fine. So, and these two are main tools we regularly use. So Java C, Java. Okay. So for any Java program, you need to compile. So that is the purpose of this Java C compiler. It will compile the program and it will provide the bytecodes. And Java is, it is an interpreter. It will interpret with .class files and it executes. Okay. So apart from these tools, there are many tools are available in JDK. So we use whenever we require. Okay, like applet viewer, javadoc, rmac, rma registry. These are all tools, but these tools we don't use regularly. Like suppose, say for example, if you want to use some specific purpose, that time only we use these tools. Like if you are implementing a remote method invocation, something like that, that time we go for rmac. Okay, just remember what are the tools are available in our JDK utilities. Okay, and we use regularly Java C and Java only. Okay, once we start web applications like JSP, something like that, before that we have to cover applet viewer. So applets, what exactly does something. So your app, to run your applets, we use applet viewer tool for viewing your applets applet programs. Okay, so these are the tools available in JDK bundle. Okay, so now let's see one by one. One more thing is here, after setting environment variables, I just written some Java C and entered. What are the things it was displaying? It is displaying some options like G, generate all debugging info, G, none, generate no debugging info. These are all options. Okay, these are all options to see some specific information. Okay, so here it is specifying some options like verbose, output message about what the compiler is doing. Now see here, for Java C, I just put verbose, okay, and first start Java. Like this, we have to use these options. Now just we'll see how it has been compiled. Okay, now it is showing what are the things it has done while compiling. So as I said, so it requires all the Java object libraries for compiling your Java program. So what it is doing, it is loading some object class, it is loading some string class, it is loading system class, and it is loading some supporting classes. Okay, like the print stream, file output stream, like that. And finally your program is executed. correct?
Mhm.
Here it is, what it is doing is, it is first parsing your program, that means validating your program as per the syntax or not. Then it will just loads all the defined classes. So these classes are required for running this program. So your class loader will do that work. That means that it will load all the required classes from the library into your class. See here how it is loading. This path you have to remember in the interview point of time. So all the supported classes where it is written. So in rt.jar, runtime.jar. Okay, in entry point of time, so you have to say rt.jar will contain these all supporting classes. Clear?
Mm.
This is here, this is source file path. Okay, this give you a complete information, path information, class path information. Okay, you can also check whether you are properly created your path or not. So here see Java, just now we added, right, Java teaching Java, it is there, right, in the class path. Okay, now your program is compiled. Now see what are the rest of the options are available here for compiling. So that is nothing but verbose. Okay, so what verbose tells is, shows the details of the compilation. It shows the details of the compilation. See here, output message about what compiler is doing. Okay, so this is very important for understanding point of view. So what exactly it does at the time of compiling a program. Okay, like that you can also see some other options, Java C. Okay, you can also see what is the class path we are using. Let's start Java. What it is saying? Use help for a list of possible options, and before that usage is Java C option source file. Already it is taking internally the class path, okay, and saying that what happened. Hello.
Hello.